Jacks. I'm your host, Ron DeSantis. It's great to see everybody. I have not streamed for a while, and I am trying a new platform tonight, which is called StreamYard. And the reason I'm doing that is because next week I will be doing an interview, and I wanted to give it a try here before I went on next week. So I have got a few things to talk about tonight. We're not going to go crazy long, but we'll go on for a little bit of time. I figured maybe we talk about breeding and what you like to breed for profit. What are the best types of fish you like to breed for profit? But before we kind of get any farther along into this chat, there were some people that were here early. Tampa Tom was here, Aquafunk was here, and KN Ma is here in the house. Now, I would like to welcome somebody because I needed to test this out. How do I do this with a guest? So I asked for somebody if he would come on, and he said yes, he would. So let's welcome Rob93. Rob, what's going on, man? Surprise guest, we have got Rob93 in the house. What's going on, Rob?
How you doing, man?
You know what's kind of cool about this, as opposed to Google Hangouts? You'd have to switch back and forth, and you could only see one person at a time. But what I normally did, like when I'd switch to the other person, that's when I'd grab my book and write all my notes down and like follow along in the chat. And now I guess we're just gonna see me all the time. I'm just gonna play with some different views here. You know, if I wanted multiple people. Aquafunk says that it echoes. Okay, is it echoing when I speak or when Rob speaks or both? Be nice to find out.
I kind of hear it on your end.
You hear an echo on my end?
Yeah, when I speak, it sounds like an echo.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Okay, I don't either. So I'm not sure. I don't know. That's fine. Well, only when Rob talks. Okay. Well, you know, we're experimenting tonight, so hopefully that works itself out, and if not, if not. So Rob and I were just kind of talking earlier, and we were talking about plants and what we like to breed. And Rob, in your opinion, like, what do you like to breed for profit only?
Well, of course, it depends on where you are. A lot of people love live wire. There's certain places people love African cichlids. There's people who love goldfish. All on the big what you're able to. But my favorite fish are some live wires. Some killifish recently I've got in as well. So it's
What type of killifish?
I have some sort of live fish and they're part of the killifish family. Pretty cool to have some live fish. See if I can breed those.
Oh, yeah, that would be super cool, man.
Yeah.
It is saying that Rob is echoing bad. Thank you, Terry Lindsay. Hey, Aquaballs, what's going on? I'm not really sure that I can fix Rob's microphone over here, but
I'm sorry.
it's a me thing. Don't apologize, Rob. I'm sure it's a me thing. Well, like I was saying to Rob earlier, because he said the tank behind me. The tank behind me, I'm really into breeding right now, but that tank behind me, there's no breeding going on. But what I am selling out of that tank behind me is plants. And the plants, I find a couple things. I don't have to worry about people saying your fish died, so they're upset about that. I keep it in this tank behind me, the ones that I sell the most, which are the Java Moss, super easy to grow. That Water Sprite up at the top and Jungle Vallisneria. There's clown loaches in there, so it's a snail-free tank. If I grab something from one of my other tanks, there's most likely going to be snails in there, so it does come with that warning. So Aquaballs is saying that you need to turn off the volume, Rob, on your phone.
On mine, and then turn it back on.
Turn your volume off?
Off.
But then I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me.
Can you hear me a little bit better?
I can hear you. Sounds great to me.
Is there an echo, y'all?
There's no echo on my end. Hopefully not for other people's. Um, this is kind of cool. I like this StreamYard. I could put people's comments up here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I can see them as well. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Oscars are pretty.
I'm definitely liking this StreamYard. It's pretty cool. It's free, just in case anyone's wondering, and I feel like, it's got a lot of options to it. Toadload Exotic says, I breed Mollies and Cory cats. It's really easy once you get started. Now, I've been going on the albino Cories lately, and you know what? Everyone says they're super easy. They're super easy. There was a little bit of trial and error for me with Cories, but I think I've got it now. As far as getting them hatched, I had a little bit of problem with that, and then I got the external breeding box on the outside of the tank, removing the eggs, putting them in there, and then it was kind of like, what am I feeding these Cories? And I've kind of got that dialed down to like frozen baby brine shrimp, pretty much is what I'm feeding them, and they seem to be doing really well.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Rob, you had any experience breeding Cories?
No, I have Cory cats, but I've never really had experience of breeding them. I'm actually going to be sending some to RLC down in Florida.
Cool.
Where Aquafunk is, so I'm sending the fish down to them, to both of them. So and see if he can get them to breed. I can't.
You know what? Okay, so there was one thing, like I couldn't get these Cories to lay eggs, and they were like mature, big. I don't know what I'm doing. They won't lay eggs. I had a betta in there with them. I took the betta out. After that, no problem. So I could only get them to breed it as a species-only tank. So I don't know if you have other things in there with them.
Well, maybe that.
Because then later I even put like a couple guppies in with it, and they stopped laying eggs.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Cory, and I really do. It's just they don't do it for me. I don't know. It's so much. I put the the yarn because I don't have the Java moss. That's a good thing if you have Java moss.
Yeah.
I put the yarn in there, and I still just have no luck. And like you said, it may be just the species only thing. So maybe.
Mine don't lay it in the Java moss though. They lay it all over the glass, sometimes on the heater, and then I just pull them off the glass. I'm doing the cold water changes. If I'm having trouble getting them to lay eggs, I'll go like frozen bloodworms for 3 days in a row before I do the cold water change, and that usually gets them going. But I do have other kinds. Let's see, I've also got emerald Cories. I've got Matei, which is the bandit Cory, salt and pepper, and Julie Cories, and none of them have laid eggs for me. Only the albino, and they do it pretty much every 2 weeks. So,
okay.
I don't know why, but that's working out. I did hear that you got a Calico Pleco or two from wild fish tanks lately. Is that true?
No. Aqua got some.
Oh, maybe that was.
Yeah, Aqua got some of those. I just got some super red breastnose plecos from my fish club. We had a little meeting, and I was like, I see 5 super red breastnose plecos. Those are going to go for a high dollar. Lo and behold, it did to me.
Yeah. How big are they? Okay, so you've still got probably 6 months before, at least, until you can get them start breeding.
Any kind of action of seeing if bristles or anything. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit, but
you probably won't for a bit. Have you ever bred plecos before?
No. I already had some just the regular common bristles plecos.
Okay.
And they're about that time to start seeing where I can put them and seeing if I can get them. So that would be cool to see what I can do with them. But yeah, that would be really cool getting into the little pleco game. That'd be awesome.
I'm doing it as well over here, and I'm actually so the super red is a Calico Pleco that they've been selectively bred to get all the brown out of them. And I have this big calico that's got a lot of brown on it, not a lot of red on it. So I've just mixed them in with my super reds, and I've got a batch going right now. So looking forward to that one. They haven't hatched yet. I'm looking over right now and watching him fan his eggs. So once I get those going, that'll be kind of cool. I'm trying to get the calicos to have a little less brown on them and a little more red. And then, of course, I got in March, I got my super reds from Mile High Plecos, Mikey there, and they're doing awesome still. And that's what I'm mixing them with. And hopefully those guys will get going for me as well. I see Terry Lindsay says that he's going to breed mutt guppies. Good luck. I'm also doing that right now. I'm doing like multiple strains of guppies right now. I've got these koi tuxedos that are super cool that I bought at Aquarium Co-op, and they've just dropped their second batch of fry for me, and I've split those off into a separate tank. And he got those originally, I believe, from Twin Cities Guppies, King Lee. So those are nice. And then I went down and I got these blue Hawaiian Moscow guppies from Bentley Pascal's place, and those have been breeding like crazy. I probably have like 40 of them now. So it's going well, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on there.
I got some breeding projects.
I've seen that you added like 2 or 3 tanks. And you're like,
I added 4 more tanks, so I'm only up to 9 now, but I think I'm put 9, just 9, yeah.
That's when people start to look at you like.
Yeah, I know. All the non-fish people, yeah. So Aquaballs is wondering how long before they start breeding. The calicos is 1 inch long. Well, once if you could see bristles, they can breed. So however long that takes. Growth depends on a lot of things. If there's a lot of them in a tank, how big your tank is, what you're feeding them, but that's the easy thing with bristle nose. If you can see bristles on them, then they're sexually mature. Where else was I going here? Oh yeah, but I do have one failed breeding project that I think I'm gonna pull the plug on, and that's these Boesemani Rainbows. So they're in I had them in here. They're big. They lay eggs all the time, but I can never get them because there's tiger barbs and everything in there, and they keep getting eaten. So I moved them out, put them in a 20-gallon long, like a male and 2 females. Had them in there for about 6 weeks, and they're not liking it. So, oh well, move on.
Yeah, right. I've tried so many different types of fish that I couldn't breed them. Like, but I love them. I keep them, but when they breed, they breed. They don't.
Exactly. So I told Rob I would have him on here for about 5 minutes, and it's been 13. So
hey, luckily my phone is at 41%. So we're good.
Yeah. So Rob, I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm just gonna say thanks very much, and I'm gonna keep going on the stream here, but I'm gonna let Rob go. It's late where he is. He's got Aquashella coming up this weekend. I wish I was going to Aquashella. That would be super cool. Rob, what are you looking forward to most for Aquashella?
Honestly, just meeting people I haven't seen, and I've known for almost going on 2 years.
Yeah.
So, just real video of all the stuff that's going on, and you having fun, but still live the moment. So, I appreciate
right on, man.
Man. It was fun.
Right on. Well, thanks very much, Rob. Have a great time, man. Safe travels, bud.
For sure, man. Take care.
Later. All right, I'm just looking in the chat here, and Aquatic Squid says, do you know how to breed cherry shrimp? Well, that is they're kind of like guppies. They're very simple. I have cherry shrimp in 3 tanks, kind of unintentionally. They almost spread as easily as snails do. So there's a couple things. They like the clean water. So you got to keep going on the clean water. Yo, Mile High Plecos. You got to have a lot of hiding spaces for them. I don't have a specific shrimp-only tank. Some people do. I keep them with other fish, but I have them in either a ton of subwasser tang, giant Amazon swords, or I've got like a lot of water sprite in there, Java moss, pack the plants in there, and you'll see that the shrimp are just going to multiply like crazy. And then if you have other tanks, scoop a couple out, keep them going. Yes, Mahai Plecos, it is a long time no see. We are just talking about what we like to breed for profit here. And Rob93, sorry you're late. That's okay, buddy. We appreciate you jumping in here. And I've been talking to Mikey because when Mikey comes back into town, he's got some longfin blue eyes that I am dying to add to the collection. So when he gets back into town, we've been talking about him shipping me some of those because the super reds that you gave me, Mikey, they are finally breeding, but they were pretty small when we got them. But and then I split off a couple and I mixed a girl with a calico that I had. So Mikey likes to breed glowfish for profit. Funny thing about glowfish. Thanks, Aquafunk. Appreciate that, man. He likes to breed glowfish. See what I could do on here. Hey, Mike. Fish Tank Barn is here. What's going on? Funny thing, and now I'm not sure if this is true about glowfish, but I have heard this about glowfish, that they're a trademarked fish, which means if you breed them, you're not allowed to sell them. You can only give them away. That's what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's totally true. Aquaballs has been breeding Tanganique and shell dwellers. I've been thinking about setting up some kind of a shelly tank, but I'm not sure. I would like to. My wife thinks that they're plain, so she doesn't want me to spend a whole tank on it. So I don't know. We'll see. Mr. B's Fish of Things. It is late here. Sorry I can't stay, but shared it out. Thank you very much, Mr. B. I appreciate that. Here we go. I know that Mikey is kidding that he's not going to sell glowfish. But yeah, that's what I heard. That it's illegal to sell them because they're trademarked, and maybe they are, maybe they aren't. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing different strains of guppies. I'm doing plants. I'm doing cherry shrimp. I'm selling cherry shrimp. Hopefully you get these plecos. Have just started breeding, but that's a good one to sell for profit as well. And then the Quarries. But now, I was talking about the Quarries earlier. They're a little more, I mean, everyone says they're easy. They're a little more effort than even plecos because for me, I need to separate them. I need to give them special food. I need to keep their tank super clean. And then it takes a while for them to grow. And then like the albino ones, I mean, 5 small albinos go for $20. So, I mean, if you're in it for making profit, I mean, I'm not doing the albinos for profit. I'm doing it for fun and because they've been the easiest quarry for me to breed. But that's just me. Like I said, the Guppy strains. I mean, guppies are so easy to breed and people want these specific strains that why not just, breed these guppies and, I don't know, that just seems like the easiest thing to me. I also want to start getting into more strains of Neocaridina shrimp because the Neocaridina shrimp do much better in the water where I live than Caridina shrimp. So for the Caridina shrimp, a lot of people use RO water, kind of a lot of work. So I'm going to try and avoid that. The only Caridina shrimp that does like our water here is the Tangerine Tiger, which I might get some of those. I've had them before a long time ago, and they did well for me. So I might go with them, but other than that, I want to, get into the orange Rillies. I really like some of the blue velvets. I've had the blue dreams before, so just kind of change it up. Todd Lode Exotic says you should get multi-shell dwellers. They stay really small and breed like rabbits. You're right, they do. And I might do that. And all my tanks are planted, so that would be my change it up and maybe have a non-planted tank. So next Thursday is going to be my regular 1-hour show that I normally do, or 45 minutes to an hour, kind of depending on where it is. I do have an interview on next week. Someone that's worked for National Geographic making movies. His name is Alex. His YouTube channel is Tank Tested. And I think he actually just did a video this week where he interviews Corey from Aquarium Co-op. But I am excited to have him on next week. I'm not going to get back into doing the weekly live streams. I'm not going to get back into doing the weekly live streams, but I am just going to kind of do it from time to time. And yeah, you know, whenever it pops up, I'm going to do one. Yes, Aquafunk, Lumpy Dog, Aquafunk is a mod in this channel. Aquafunk is my boy. He's been around since day one. Actually, now that I'm on this StreamYard, I can't see who I have as mods and who I don't. But Rob93, I'm pretty sure you're a mod as well, man. And Mikey Maha Plecos, you might be one as well. Thank you, Tampa Tom. The moss is really growing in. The moss, and I've ripped out a ton of that moss because I found that it grows super easy, and I can sell a sandwich bag for $12. So whatever, you know, if I can sustain my hobby with selling things as well, I'm gonna try and do that. And that moss grows like crazy, and it is in multiple tanks because I use it for breeding. But as far as using Java moss as a decorative to aquascape tank, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't do it again, actually. And the reason for that is it gets everywhere. Like, you can't really see it, but it's in all the base of the other plants, and it strangles the other plants. So I'm constantly in there taking it out. I do like it for breeding. And even like when I have like little Cory fry and all that, if I have them in the box outside, I like to stuff it full of Java moss, and they can eat off the microorganisms living in there. I've got another tank just of these koi tuxedo guppies sitting over here, and it's just filled with Java moss, and they just kind of pick at it. That's also what I was trying to get the rainbow fish to breed in, because they lay eggs in this one, but they wouldn't do it in the 20 gallon. But that, and Aquafunk says, Lumpy, go sit on it instead. Nicest thing you've ever said to me. There you go. So anyway, this was just a test. I just wanted to come on here, say hello to everybody, and do a little test, and that's it. Next Thursday, this same time, we're going to do an interview, and I have a few videos made, edited, filmed. I just have to upload them. Maybe in the next few weeks I'll do it. I know I've, in the last 5 months or so, I've really been not doing the regular uploads, just kind of because, I don't know, I'm just kind of doing this whenever I feel like doing it. I was kind of feeling pressure to do at least one video a week and a live stream a week, and maybe it wasn't as much fun. So I decided to kind of dial it back a bit, and then just kind of, when the mood catches me right and I have an idea to film a video, I'll do that video. And same with having guests on. If I get somehow, you know, somebody wants to come on and we get an interview set up, then I'll do a live stream interview. But I'm not going to do it on a regular basis. And I'm, yeah, having fun with it again. But it's great to see everybody. I still try and hop on other people's chats. It's just, you know, life gets busy when you have, you know, kids in sports and dance and gymnastics and all that kind of fun stuff. But thanks very much. Oh, Todd says that my goldfish tank is carpeted Java moss. I should sell some. You could, man. You should. Sell them at your meets. Sell them to stores. Stores are always looking for Java moss because for some reason it's hard to import. I don't know why. But I will be back next week. So join me next week for another edition Friday Fish Facts. Thanks very much, Rob93. Appreciate you, bud. All right.